CES 22 in review, your news update, and Royce and I place crypto miners in this edition of State of the Bands Weekend, starting right now. Hello and welcome to Arbitrage State of the Bands Weekend for January 15th, 2022. I'm Joshua Stark. NASA's new Space Telescope opened its huge gold-plated flower-shaped mirror this Saturday, the final step in the observatory's dramatic unfurling. The last portion of the 21-foot mirror swung into place at Flight Controller's command, completing the unfolding of the James Webb Space Telescope. I'm emotional about it. What an amazing milestone. We see that beautiful pattern out there in the sky now, said Thomas Zurbuchen, chief of NASA's science missions. More powerful than the Hubble Space Telescope, the $10 billion Webb will scan the cosmos for light streaming from the first stars and galaxies formed 13.7 billion years ago. The pilot of a small plane averted death twice in under 5 minutes on Sunday, first when he crash-landed onto railroad tracks, then when Los Angeles police rescued him just before a commuter train smashed into the aircraft. Body cam video showed the officers working furiously to disentangle the bloodied pilot from the cockpit of the crumpled Cessna 172. Go, 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 someone yelled as the officers dragged the man away seconds before the Metrolink train, its horn blaring, barreled through the plane. The plane crashed slowly after takeoff at 2:10 p.m. from Whiteman Airport in the San Fernando Valley community of Pacoima, according to the Federal Aviation Administration. The timestamp on an officer's body camera showed them that the train hit the plane at around 2:15 p.m. Take-Two Interactive, maker of Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, is buying Zynga, maker of Farmville and Words with Friends, in a cash and stock deal valued at about $12.7 billion. The acquisition, announced Monday, would wed a powerhouse in console gaming, Take-Two, with a mobile gaming company with almost a cult-like following. Zynga shareholders will receive $350 in cash and $636 in shares of Take-Two common stock for each share of Zynga outstanding stock at closing. The transaction is valued at $9.86 per share of Zynga common stock. The strategic combination brings together our best-in-class console and PC franchises with a market-leading diversified mobile publishing platform that has a rich history of innovation and creativity. Inflation jumped at its fastest pace in nearly 40 years last month, a 7% spike from a year earlier that is increasing household expenses, eating into wage gains, and heaping pressure on the president and the Federal Reserve to address what has become the biggest threat to the U.S. economy. Prices rose sharply in 2021 for cars, gas, food, and furniture as part of a rapid recovery from the pandemic recession. Vast infusions of government aid and ultra-low interest rates helped spur demand for goods, while vaccinations gave people confidence to dine out and travel. As Americans ramped up spending, supply chains remained squeezed by shortages of workers and raw materials, and this magnified price pressures. The Labor Department reported Wednesday that a measure of inflation that excludes volatile food and gas prices jumped 5.5% in December.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This week's State of the Bands blog includes Meta Monopoly, pork, it's not just for dinner anymore, and Royce and I put crypto miners into places they might not belong. All this and more in this week's State of the Bands blog, available now at arbitragetrade.com. Now let's go to the Chief Executive Officer of Arbitrage, Mr. Royce Wells, for more. Royce, I love bacon.
How much?
I love bacon so much.
So much that you would, like, with your heart, you love bacon?
Yes.
Well, Josh, what if I told you your heart could be bacon?
Yes.
Well, this actually is something that is happening or did happen to a 50-year-old David Bennett. He was given the option to try a GMO pig heart transplant or just allow nature to take its course. So clearly he opted for the transplant.
Yeah, I think I would too. I mean, it's an interesting thing. You know, we've been going toward this like a train for like years. You know, we use pig valves in hearts now and in arteries. We use
the tissue is quite compatible, but there are a couple of things that are in there
Apparently.
that's not supposed to be in there. Like pigs grow way too quickly.
yeah.
So I think in this surgery they replaced a couple of things in there, so they genetically modified, hence the GMO part, right? The
Right.
organ to basically make sure that it didn't reject the organ, as well as made sure it didn't overgrow, so basically he wouldn't get congestive heart failure from basically having a giant heart.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool the way that works. Also kind of freaky.
I think this was the very first one, too.
It was authorized by the FDA. It was an emergency thing for the non-traditional surgery. Happened on New Year's Eve. How about that for a New Year's?
Hey, 2021 gets its last sucker punch in there.
There you go. New Year's resolution. I get a heart.
Right? Have a heart, Josh.
I don't know. But I tell you, this is the thing that kind of freaks me out. Pigs, you know, we eat them, right? My dad used to eat pork brains.
That's a no for me.
Yeah, he also used to eat, you know, the heart matter.
Oh, wow.
So I'm
Isn't
just
there
like,
a disease like that's involved with cannibalism from eating like the same tissue that you're made out of or something? I forget the name of it, but I'm pretty sure there is a disease that basically you're not supposed to do that.
well, you know, we are compatible with pork up to a point, and that's why this GMO thing happened. Is the fact that we kind of had to get a pig that was a little bit more compatible, and we had to get a little bit more compatible to it.
The good thing is, I guess, you know, pigs are going to be living the high life now because now that they are compatible, I'm assuming they're not going to be raised with the ones that are out there in the field just in the slop and just eating waste. They might, you know, get them a little bit more better.
Sounds like a plan to me. I need a BLT stat, please, and more Arbitrage State of the Bands weekend. I think we're going to go get some barbecue, maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
But that's all, folks.
Oh, no. More after this.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Did anyone go to CES this year? Yes, and we weeded through and are bringing you the best of the best this year. A hybrid in-person and online event this year, CES is the first opportunity for many companies to show off their products for the coming year, as well as showing off future technologies. While it's dominated by big brands, it's also an opportunity for small companies to showcase either great inventions or products that, quite frankly, would not see the light of day again. That's why we're focusing on the products that actually matter from CES, the stuff you need to pay attention to, and CES 22 had a lot of, well, TVs. Let's dive in. During AMD's product premiere live stream event, the company revealed a massive new products, including everything from new Ryzen CPUs to mobile GPUs. At the top of the stack is the Ryzen 6000 series, though, which the company claims to be the world's most advanced PC processor. Hisense is going on big with many LEDs, looking to increase the brightness with the new 75-inch U9H, doubling the peak brightness of the model it replaces Google TV 4K HDR, 120Hz refresh rates, and supports for standards like Dolby Vision and Filmmaker mode. Grace Hisense's 2022 televisions with U8H step-down models, giving a range of sizes of many LED screens to choose from. Lenovo came out strong with the Yoga 9i with its flexible hinge, ThinkBook Plus Gen 3 with a secondary 8-inch display, and the latest Legion gaming laptop, which offers an adaptive refresh rate for the display. LG has pulled the covers off new TVs for 2022, including a new generation of OLED Evo models. The flagship will be the LG OLED G2, which will be available up to 97 inches. With the promise of better AI-driven performance and brighter output, it will also be available in 55, 65, 77, and 83-inch sizes. Mercedes used CES 2022 to unveil the Vision EQXX concept. The aim of this car was to focus on efficiency, with a 100 kilowatt battery that's 50% smaller and 30% lighter than other batteries used in, for example, the Equus. That, combined with aerodynamics and other optimizations, helps Mercedes hit the expected 620-mile range with this concept model. Apparently, we'll see a road-legal version prove this come spring 2022, which of course we're now in, so let's see. NVIDIA revealed the RTX 3090 Ti with faster memory and performance, which is expected to cost up to a couple of thousand per card. That's to be determined. If that's too hefty on your wallet, however, then at the other end of the scale, the company also revealed the entry-level RTX 3050 GPU. Panasonic has announced a new flagship LED model, the LZ2000, which will be available in 55, 65, and 77-inch sizes. The large size is a new addition. As with previous models, Panasonic pushes the Hollywood side of things with a Pro configuration offering picture optimizations and adjustments for ambient light temperature. More after this on Arbitrage, State of the Bands weekend, including more with Royce, so stick around.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving.
If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Royce, I love a good game of Monopoly, but that's not exactly what we're talking about here, is it?
I do not believe so. I do not believe we're talking about Meta, the new Facebook, or the old Facebook, now new, owning way too much stuff.
So let's talk about this for a moment. You know, they renamed everything Meta. It's all over the place. Meta compromises Facebook proper, okay?
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
Oculus.
Yep.
And some other stuff that I can't quite remember. WhatsApp, I believe, is a Meta now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the problem, though. It seems like Meta is snapping up a ton of companies.
Well, it's pulling it into its infrastructure. But actually, before I go that far, to go back to Monopoly, did you know the guy in Monopoly does not have a monocle? Does not. I found this out like a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, surely.
It's kind of a Mandela effect thing because I believe, if I remember correctly, and we may have to go to the mighty internet for this, Mr. Magoo does.
And
but
Mr. Peanut.
Monopoly guy does not.
He does not. I swear, I could have sworn, but on all those get out of jail free cards, nope, no monocle.
No monocle.
But that's all right. Let's get back to talking about Meta and basically how the Federal Trade Commission's doesn't like the fact that they're doing what they're doing. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
They have too much. They've gotten too big, but they're doing it on many fronts, which makes it's like, okay, we're not trying to become a monopoly. I will say it this way. Remember when they tried to get Google for doing something very similar?
Absolutely.
And how did Google defend themselves? Do you remember what they were saying Google was?
Google's a unit of Alphabet, if I remember right.
Well, a Googleplex is a 1 followed by 25 zeros.
Yeah.
But they said Yahoo was basically saying, I believe it was Yahoo, saying, hey, Google, you're a search engine. We're like, Google's like, we're not a search engine. We collect data. We sell data. That's what we do. There's no monopoly on selling data. Anyone can sell data.
That's true. I can sell data.
Right? So basically, in them setting up their infrastructure to get bigger, I think it's going to be very difficult for Facebook to fight against the FTC. But at the same time, if they have good enough attorneys, it could get pricey, right? Because I think Facebook at this point, they're over $1 trillion.
Yeah. The company based in Menlo Park, California, $1 trillion, and the FTC complaint basically takes a look at their conduct from the 2010s and seeing rivals jump up and summarily slammed by Facebook.
Well, it's not like they're stealing ideas, right? They're just buying the company. So they're actually doing it, in my opinion, right by the company by saying, hey, this was a great idea. We want it to be a part of us. And what they should do, in my opinion, is allow those people to join their board. So that way they still have some say in what's going on.
Yeah. And we'll be watching this as part of our ongoing kind of investigation thing. Did you know the logo for Monopoly, the guy's name is Rich Uncle Pennybags? There you go.
I did not know that.
More after this.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Eat at the table of these picks, traders, on Winners and Losers Restaurant Edition. This winner, up 16%, engages in the hospitality and related businesses in the United States. The company operates through nightclubs, bombshells, and other segments. It owns or operates upscale adult nightclubs for servicing primarily businessmen and professionals. It also operates restaurants, sport bars under the Bombshells Restaurant and Bar brand, as well as a dance club under the Studio 80 brand. RCI Hospitality, symbol RICK, starts at $78.04 a share. Next, this winner, up 8%, engages in the restaurant business in the United States. The company operates and franchises Good Time Burgers and Frozen Custard, an upscale quick-service drive-through dining restaurant, and owns, operates, franchises, and licenses Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, a full-service upscale casual dining restaurant. Good Times Restaurants, symbol GTIM, starts at $4.56 a share. Last, this winner, up 4%, develops and operates the Cracker Barrel Old Country store concept in the United States. The company's Cracker Barrel stores consist of a restaurant with a gift shop. Its restaurants serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as dine-in, pickup, and delivery services. The company's gift shops comprise various decorative and functional items, including rocking chairs, seasonal gifts, apparel, toys, cookware, and other various gift items, as well as various candles, preserves, and other food items. Cracker Barrel Old Country Store, symbol CBRL, starts at $135.08 a share. Losers this week, down 15%. This loser develops, owns, operates, and franchises casual and fast dining restaurants under the famous Dave Clark's Crew Barbecue, Granite City Food and Brewery, and the Real Urban Barbecue names in the United States, Canada, and the UAE. Barbecue Holdings, symbol BBQ, starts at $5.13 a share. Next, at 10% down, this loser develops and operates fast casual restaurants. It offers cooked-to-order dishes including noodles and pastas, soups, salads, and appetizers. As of December 29, 2020, the company operated 378 company-owned and 76 franchised restaurants in 29 states and the District of Columbia. Noodles and Company, symbol NDLS, starts at $8.32 a share. And last, at 8% down, this loser owns and operates Chipotle Mexican Grill restaurants. As of October 21st, 2021, it owned and operated approximately 2,900 restaurants in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. The company was founded in 1993, headquartered in Newport Beach, California. Chipotle, symbol CMG, starts at $15.21.17 a share. Winners and Losers is provided for informational purposes only and does not constitute advice in trading. Percentages and stock prices were current at time of recording. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is solely responsible for the content of this podcast, but you should seek out the assistance of a licensed professional for investment advice. More after this on Arbitrage State of the Bands Weekend. Royce and I are going to talk about sticking crypto miners where they might not belong. Up next.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Royce, you got your crypto miner in my antivirus.
Pardon me?
You got your antivirus in my crypto miner. No, wait, you're not Norton.
No, but I think it was a good idea. I think it was a good idea. So Norton, apparently, they acquired a company called Norton LifeLock, like in 2017.
Right.
And made it a part of the Norton 360 suite of services, right?
Yep.
And in doing so, they also added a cryptocurrency miner, which basically is going to be mining Ethereum. In case you guys haven't heard, Ethereum is the number 2 seat for crypto in our world and universe, right?
There you go.
So it's only going to be using about 15% of the resources, but you just got to have a standard run-of-the-mill video card to be able to run it. It has to have 6 gigs of memory. And Norton's like, hey, this is an opportunity. Everyone has a computer. Everyone is trying to protect themselves from viruses. Hey, what's better than a subscription? A subscription that also mines. So they snuck mining software into that, and it's basically taking advantage of your computer's idle time to mine cryptocurrency.
So do you remember way back when SETI was doing stuff, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence?
Yes.
They had this thing called SETI at Home. SETI at Home was just basically what looked like a standard screensaver, but you could basically turn your computer into a number crunching machine for SETI. And I think this is similar to it, is it not? I mean, basically you take downtime that the computer has, and they will come in and they will mine cryptocurrency in the downtime that your computer has.
Okay.
Basically.
Now,
here's the rub. Cory Doctorow, who is a noted author and kind of an activist when it comes to privacy, has taken a look at this, and Norton has said it's as simple, if you want to get rid of it, it's as simple as deleting encrypt.exe from your computer. The thing is that it seems to be a little bit difficult to get out of.
Yeah, I could see that. Who really wants to eliminate a revenue stream? Not many people, right? Especially if it's just residual. As long as Ethereum can be mined, Norton stands to gain a lot of money from this. But I also think it will introduce a whole lot of maybe less savvy people that may not have gotten into cryptocurrency to have a little bit of a stake in the game. Norton is only taking about 15% of the cryptocurrency that it's mined, and the rest it's giving to the owner of the computer. So that's rather benevolent, in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, if you think about it, okay, now go with me for a second here, because when you mine cryptocurrency, you incur a cost in electricity, correct?
If you get an inefficient miner, yes.
Well, I think that's one of the arguments that they have, and we'll be following this one as well, because honestly, it's an interesting story, to say the least, and we'll be covering it a little bit. But for now, that's it for Arbitrage State of the Bands weekend. We'll see you next weekend.
Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, is a privately held market research company. Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, is solely responsible for the preparation and distribution of the content of this podcast. The opinions offered in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to be investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. For more information about the informational research and services offered by Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, please visit Arbitrage Trade